I've spent an embarrassing amount of time watching sailing YouTube. And somewhere in between the highlight reels and the storm clickbait thumbnail that says we almost sank at 3 a.m., I actually started pulling out real useful information. So today I'm giving you the short version. What I actually learned, what's overhyped, what nobody talks about. So let's get into it. And I'm going to try to save you guys as much time as possible. The first thing I noticed that there are basically two types of sailing channels, and they serve completely different purposes while both contribute to the same goal. There is the lifestyle channel. I am sure you guys have seen this before. It's beautiful, it's cinematic, it's emotional. It's got the dramatic. They are incredibly watchable. But if your goal is to actually learn something useful about sailing or buying a boat, they're almost useless because they never show the unfiltered version. Some of them do, but not many of them. The majority of them just show the highlight reel, the part that is gorgeous, the part that looks stunning on camera. These videos are built to make you feel something, not teach you something. Then there's the educational channel. Kind of like the channel you're watching now, but less. This channel teaches you about stuff before you hit the boat, and these channels teach you all about how the systems work, how to handle weather, what boat ownership really looks like day to day. And these are the ones that are worth watching because these are the ones that will actually show you and prepare you for the life in the ocean. Here's the first big thing I kept hearing from experienced sailors over and over again on these videos. The boat matters way less than you think. Beginners, myself included, spend months obsessing over boat choice. Wrong boat equals failure, right? But the long-term cruisers, the people who have been out there 10, 15, 20 years, almost all say the same thing. Any well-built, offshore, capable sailboat will get you where you're going. The variable that matters most is the person on the boat. The preparation, the decision-making underway. The boat is a tool. A good tool matters, but the craftsmanship matters more, and the person using the tool. The second thing is that the most dangerous sailors are the ones who are about 6 months in. Not beginners, not veterans. 6 months in. Why? Because at 6 months, you know enough to feel confident, but not enough to know what you don't know yet. Your guard drops right when it shouldn't. I heard some version of this from multiple experienced cruisers, and it kind of stuck with me, and it stuck with me good. The third thing, and this one genuinely actually surprised me, is the thing that actually goes wrong out on the water is almost never what you're scared of. When you're new to this, you're scared of storms, rogueways, capsizing, and maybe pirates. And yes, those things deserve respect. Maybe not the pirates. But the stuff that actually takes boats out of commission is almost always mechanical. Engine failure, rigging failure, electrical issues, a fitting nobody checked in 5 years. The dramatic stuff makes the thumbnails. The slow, unglamorous mechanical failures cause the real problems. Which means the most important skills you can build right now isn't sailing technique. It's knowing your boat's systems, inside and out, and being able to fix them yourself. That's the important part. That kept repeating itself over and over and over again. Now here's what's almost completely missing from sailing YouTube, and the honest financial picture. Channel after channel talks about how cheap the lifestyle is, but they're talking about the monthly cost, and that's the real part. If you're anchoring out, cooking your own food, living simply, you can do it affordably. But almost nobody talks about the upfront cost, the boat cost. I've watched people brag about living on a $1,800 a month budget who spent $120,000 on a refit before they even left the dock. That context changes everything. The monthly number is real, but it doesn't include the cost of getting there. And that's the number you need to plan for. So what are the takeaways? Know your boat. Have a real financial plan. Slow down once you're out there and go anyway. That's the message I kept coming back to, no matter how many hours of this I watched. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Peace, guys. Subscribe. I'll see you guys out on the water. Peace.